Yo, because of me jumping on new accounts relatively often because of shadow bans, luckily I haven't actually been dealing with that too much on this COD account. I did it. I got two shadow bans and then it seems to be fine now. But because of that, I have to jump on and change my settings all the time, which means that I do some warm-ups every single time to figure out what is wrong with my settings. So basically, what I do, this is just how I improve my aim and how I warm up. This I do it in basically every single game. If you in Call of Duty, I go into this and then you'll see the settings that I'm doing. If it's on Valorant, I go into in the firing range and just get familiar with myself, like 10-15 minutes of the mechanics, because every single day you wake up, you might be the thing I find myself usually feeling shitty about is my movement. My movement is usually clunky, but my aim is usually relatively fucking good. And that's what happens for me. And I just do this in every single game. In CS, when I was playing like when I got like 8,000 hours and I was playing semi-pro, I would just jump into like AIMBOT for like 20 minutes and do a very similar thing that I'm doing here. So basically, I go into my favorite map, which is Skyline. It's the map that is visually the most appealing to me. I jump this up to like 30 minutes, and then I jump this up to 300 points. And if I want to do any Warzone stuff, this is what I used to do when I played Warzone, and I am going to play it more often. So what I'm do is the hit points I usually go to like 300, so it can simulate playing with Warzone HP. And then that's pretty much it. I jump in. I put on 6 to 9 recruit bots depending on what I'm feeling. I make some of the classes to test out some things. I have a Tanto one on here, I guess. And then I just go in and I just kill these things. I kill the bots for like 1 or 2 minutes. And that's most of what I do to warm up because I think it's relatively important to just warm up because some days you're just going to come on and for whatever reason your fingers aren't going to work. I think especially with the fact that I have a Wooting keyboard, I need to do this because there are 0.1 millimeter actuation points, which means that you need to be very, very, you need to be very accurate with your inputs because if I slightly fat figure, like slightly graze my key, D key there, I'm going to move. So I just have to get used to all of this and then I just get used to the movement and all the kills here. And yeah, that's what I do. Try and get used to all of the inputs every single day. Warm myself up. And if I ever feel like I'm clunky on my movement or in any single way, I will jump in here and try and learn it. I feel like a lot of people don't do stuff like this, and I think it's relatively important. Like if there's something that you're weak in, actively like it sounds silly to say, but just actively working on it is important. And most people when playing games, even if they want to get better, they don't treat it as seriously as they want to get better, if that makes sense. Like they don't put the same amount of effort into what they say they want. And you just have to do deliberate practice. Like it's not like practice makes perfect sort of thing, but it's deliberate practice makes perfect. You just practicing and doing random stuff doesn't help. You actually have to have an intention behind everything you do. And my FPS is dropping massively. This doesn't usually happen, but I'm dropping from like 180 frames to like 60. That's crazy. But yeah, that's all I'll have to say. That's all I really have to say. Just that's what I do to warm up, and I think it's very simple, but I think it's really important. And there's a reason why every single pro player has done stuff like this. This is how they practice. Pro players before aim trainers existed still were really fucking good. Like Simple has never used an aim trainer, but he's still the greatest esports player to ever live. And it's because he does deliberate practice. He even spoke about how he practiced no scopes in CS, which is inherently random. But he tried to he found that like if you crouched, it would be more accurate, and that's how you get like the simple highlights where he's jumping off of the cache heaven in CS and hitting 2 no scopes. There is always luck involved in that sort of thing, but he actually did a shit ton of practice for it to see if he can make the odds even slightly better. My FPS is actual AIDS at the moment, but yeah, that. Like, I think aim trainers are heavily overrated. It makes your aim more smooth. Over time, it will make it a bit better, but just playing the game and getting used to everything makes it a lot better. There's a reason why I feel I look clunky as fuck in the first, like, 10 minutes. Like, the first, like, 2 hours of playing a game or coming back to a game, I look clunky as fuck. But I do stuff like this that gets me directly into the game again and used to the mechanics. Yeah. I'm not going to show you the entire thing because this usually takes like 20 minutes. Now you don't have to do the entire 20 minutes. You can just do like 10 minutes, whatever is makes it's the same as the gym. Just going to the gym and going to the gym for 15 minutes is better than going to the gym, not going to the gym at all because you're not doing the perfect hour that you think you should be doing. So do whatever is best for you. You're not a bodybuilder. You don't have to be like, you're not like a world-class world record bodybuilder. You don't have to do all of that. Like, stick to a perfect regimen. You can just do whatever is comfortable. Just make sure that you do a bit of practice. That's all that's important. Yeah. And I'm just gonna end it on like, I don't know. That, there you go. I just do this for like 20-30 minutes. And that's how I get used to my settings. Especially because across accounts, I changed stuff slightly. So I need to get used to that specific setup. There you go. Thank you for watching.